right, you guys, welcome back to Late Night. I'm your host, Haley Ringo. Tonight we have my spicy little margarita. She is a social media personality. She has taken TikTok by a storm with over 2.1 million followers. She's got killer fashion advice, a killer bod, and some killer lungs. Please welcome MADI WEBB.
Thank you so much for having me. You're so sweet. Wow, that was amazing.
I am so excited to have you on the show. I was saying to her off camera, we genuinely haven't gotten to have a super deep conversation because we've only been to dinner once together.
Yes.
Fell in love with you instantly.
I know, I love you too.
But now we get to have this awesome, our heartfelt, deep soul longing combo on the show, which is just what I live for. It's what I'm here for.
Awesome.
So I have so much I want to get into tonight. First things first, alcohol. We already did a little shot.
And then I face planted immediately within 5 minutes of taking the shot.
She was
Don't
sitting.
know how that happened.
I don't either. I mean, yeah, well, we're lightweights, and COVID, and I stopped drinking really liquor,
And
so.
I just started drinking for the first time, so.
Oh, okay. So very opposite spectrums that we're on right now. Are you good? Are you bleeding?
Yeah, I was like, let's see, let's check it out.
She might. Honestly, I thought your face.
Maybe
Okay,
later.
we're sitting in my room. I'm changing. I'm butt ass naked, putting my clothes on, and
I'm distracted by her boobs, so naturally I just face plant.
and she goes to move forward into the closet, and her heel gets caught in my duvet.
Yeah.
And she just fucking sends it onto the ground. Brian comes up from upstairs. He's like, is there an earthquake? What's going on?
He's like, the whole house shook.
Yeah.
I'm like, Brian, stop calling me fat. I get it.
You're like, stop body shaming me, Brian.
Body shaming Brian.
Oh my God. No, and yeah, I mean, genuinely her face was this close to my dog's crate, which would have literally slashed her fucking face open. And then this episode would have been very different.
And then I've been like, Haley, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna have to reschedule.
Yeah. And I said, or we go to the hospital and this becomes a vlog. Exactly.
Yes, perfect.
I'm like, so how do you feel laying in this bed?
I'm terrified because I don't have insurance here.
Oh my God. Dude, I didn't have insurance. I didn't have insurance. When I turned 26, I'm 28 now. And when I turned 26, I didn't have insurance for a year, health insurance, because I didn't want to pay for it. And my mom and dad were like, Jesus Christ, Haley, please get yourself on some sort of insurance. And I was like, damn it, fine. But now it's $310 a month. I'm like,
mine is so cheap, but it's because it's only valid in Missouri. So if something happens to me here, I'm low-key just kind of fucked.
no, nothing's going to happen to you here. Knock on all the fucking wood. We're going to do a shot to nothing happening.
Yes, okay,
You guys, you already know. You know the drill. We love our low Sundays. We are influenced, and you should be too. This looks like a 4-shotter.
That's huge.
It's massive.
Can we do a little baby one
Right.
last time?
Yeah, no, exactly. 100%, because I think that's good.
Yeah, that's perfect.
A little baby one.
Another shot, another face plant.
Oh my God. She's like, thankfully she's staying for dinner. Otherwise I would not be giving her alcohol. One time I lit this rug on fire. I kid you not. And so there's I think it's behind me. I mean, this rug has a lot of shit on it. So we're good. All right, baby.
All right, baby.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I always forget to do that.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that's really good tequila.
I mean, y'all know I'm a tequila connoisseur, self-proclaimed, and it is the fucking best. Wait, do you like vodka? Why do I think you like
I
vodka?
will not drink.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what we bought.
Around the room.
Yes.
Here, there, everywhere.
Well, we can't have that. I feel like we had so many different conversations. I'm like, because vodka makes me aggressive and punch people. I feel like I've talked about this story on the show, but I did punch somebody, and the guy was like, "Did you just punch me?" And I was like, "No." Fuck. So maybe we should go to the club together and see what happens.
You know what? Why not?
You know what? Ever since reading Chelsea Handler's Hello, Vodka, It's Me, Chelsea, she's a comedian.
Yeah.
When I was in the 8th grade, she gets arrested, ends up in this prison. I've always thought, I need to do that. I need to also be arrested and end up in a jail cell overnight. My parents don't bail me out. Okay, so I want to hear, all about you, how you, where you're from. I just found out she has 3 sisters. I had no idea. You're the oldest of 3 girls. Give me your whole thing. How did you end up in LA? Why did you come here?
I grew up in a tiny town called Smithville, Missouri.
Okay.
In Like literally, I didn't have Wi-Fi till I was 16. This is how, like.
So you're like very Midwest.
Boonville, like super Boonesville.
Got it.
Like my neighbors was horses, cows, chickens.
Got it.
Horses.
So like Schitt's Creek.
No, yeah. I mean, a little bit more. We just got a Taco Bell, so.
Oh my God. What's the population of your town?
I don't know, like
1,000?
No, it's more than that. It's like 4,000, I think. Like the city limits are big, but where I was, like,
right.
15 minutes outside of this small town.
Okay.
So like, there's this tiny town where we have a Country Mart. That's our grocery store. It's called Country Mart.
I love it. I love it.
And also, by the way, big news. Our old dollar store just got taken over and like burned, and now we have a new.
Did you say burned?
Well, like it had mold.
Like it burned down.
No, like they whatever. What is it called? Bulldozing.
Oh, they tore it down.
They tore it down.
Yeah.
We got a new dollar store, and that was big news. And we got a Taco Bell. Just saying.
I'm literally thinking of like a dollar store being torched in your town, and you're like, no, I just mean like they bulldozed it. And I'm picturing like a small child like.
I had tequila. Just This is my language today.
Yes, I can't. Just you're with us. You're following with us.
We have a Mexican restaurant called Mexican Restaurant and a Chinese restaurant, and you guessed
called
it.
Chinese restaurant.
Chinese restaurant.
Okay, well, there's no questions there.
Listen,
you know what I mean? It
yeah.
doesn't leave anything for the imagination.
Literally, you can't get confused.
Right.
Anyways,
Which is great. Who likes being confused? No one.
This is so this is where I started. Here's where I am now.
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Yes.
Humble roots.
Yes. Humble roots.
But okay, so I lived there until I was 18, and then I pieced the F out, and I moved to Nashville, Tennessee. I went to Belmont University there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. No wonder. Like you see, I know you have an amazing voice, and so like now it's. I love this because this is authentic. Like it's full circle. I'm realizing, okay, you went to Belmont. That's why you're so good at singing and all the things.
Thank you. I just loved being in Nashville and like the music everywhere.
So what did you go there for?
Music business
degree. Okay.
Which I did not finish. So
okay.
After the first year, I was like, oh, I need to drop out. But it took me another year and a half to actually do it because my family immigrated from India, and if you know Asian culture, it's like big no to not finish your education. Mm-hmm. Like that's like literally number one. But I knew that it wasn't for me, and in college I was busting my ass. Like I didn't have like the real college experience. I had 2 or 3 jobs at a time plus internships always. Like
wow.
I've been financially independent for a long time. I was working manning jobs, catering, waitressing, literally any like job like that you can think of. I was doing in college, just trying to stay afloat, literally just like barely surviving. And then I was doing free internships. Like I was just like trying to get my foot in the door, and I was out every night networking events, like trying to constantly meet people, and then also trying to do Instagram at the time because TikTok wasn't a thing. Right. And so I was trying to like also continue like trying to build a brand because I knew I needed to get an audience to achieve what I wanted to achieve. Right. So finally I get an opportunity at an influencer marketing agency. So I've actually worked on the business side of influencer marketing. Yeah. So like I've given influencers brand deals. So I understand like both sides of it.
That's good for you because you see like how you need to market yourself and
right.
like, how to negotiate deals for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like it was very much like God just like was like, you need this. Right. Here you go. Yeah. And it paid crap. Like actual crap, but I did that, was waitressing on the side, and then I got an opportunity with Warner Music, started working part-time with them, so I got to quit my waitressing jobs. I was working full-time for this influencer marketing agency and then part-time for Warner and school, and I was doing 21 credits, so I was like dying. Long story short, I finally like drop out, and I'm like, Mom, Dad, I'm just taking a semester off, and then COVID hit, and I was like,
okay, so this was recent.
I dropped out like a year and a half ago. That's when I started doing TikTok, and through COVID I ended up.
When did you join TikTok? Because she has 2.1 million followers now, which is fucking crazy. So when did you?
I joined it August 2019, but I didn't start posting really until January 2020, and by April 2020 I was at like 500-600k, and then by end of April 2020 I had my now manager Colt reach out to me, cold email, just being like, hey, let's get on a call, would you ever be interested in moving to LA? And I'm like, what? okay, let's get on a call. And he's like, yeah, I'm starting this content house.
Okay, yeah, because I want to get into like, I know, I love this. This is, you're answering like all the questions that I have just naturally, so this is good. Keep going.
So this is like mid-COVID. I don't work at this influencer marketing agency anymore. I'm just doing TikTok, and I'm barely staying afloat. Like, I'm dying here. No one, and this is also when Trump was trying to ban TikTok, so all my brand deals were like, no, we're not paying you if TikTok's gonna be gone.
I forgot about that.
So I'm like panicking. I'm like, I'm poor. I don't know what I'm doing, and my now manager reaches out, and I have a call with him, and now, like, hindsight 2020, this is my opportunity. Like, this is what I've been waiting for, and I'm just gonna convince him that I am worth it, because my superpower is and always has been just I know that I'm gonna be the hardest worker in the room, and that's what I can bring to the table. Like, I may not have the following, I may not have had like the looks at the time, or like whatever. Like, I've dropped like 30 pounds since then, but like
I mean, even if you were 30 pounds heavier, you're still stunning. Like, you're absolutely so beautiful.
Thank you.
No, seriously. Even Brian was like, she's a rocket. I was like, I know. Like,
so
you're
sweet.
You're literally stunning.
Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome. You should hear it every single day of your life.
I love you. But anyways, so I was like, I don't have literally anything to offer at the moment except like my work ethic, and since then I've grown 1.7 million followers, so I feel like I proved myself.
Yeah, you fucking proved yourself. I mean, like, also too, like, I think that for success, and I want to know if your opinion on this too, because I think it's just consistency. Like, putting out, like, working really hard and sticking with it and not giving up and being consistent, because I feel like so many people just give up. You know, when things get hard, when shit hits the fan, they're like, like, I don't want to keep, or if you're not getting the views that you want, then it's hard, obviously it's hard to maintain and keep posting things when you're not getting the feedback. Yeah. You know, you spend like 2 hours on this reel and no one gives a shit. That's hard to keep posting things. But the thing is, like, eventually, like, it will pick up and it will explode, and it's just like a matter of time.
My friend reminded me the other day, which I just like forget, because you know, you just like keep busting your ass and you forget where you come from sometimes. Right. And I was just I wasn't down on myself, but I was like, I'm like, this is my goal right now, and like, I really want to get here, and I'm a little bit behind here. And he was like, Madeline, I watched you with like 400,000 pointless followers, because you know how TikTok is with following, like, it really doesn't matter. And he's like, and you every day, 4 times a day, posting videos, and would get 1,000 views, 2,000 views, something crappy, and I would spend all day, hours and hours and hours, and like, fashion videos, like, that takes everything out of you, because like, you grab all the crap, you style it, you destroy your room, you transitions, videos, like, it takes forever to film it, and then you have to clean everything up, and then you get 2,000 views and 400 likes. And I was just like, I was failing over and over and over again. And then I moved to LA, and I'm like, so now it's gonna work, because like, I'm in LA failing over and over and over and over again. And like, my manager was helping me, like, I was doing collabs, like, but a lot of like big creators, like, they don't want to collab with me, like, I'm tiny.
See, that's what's crazy to me, is like, you're talking about 2.1 million people, and
Not now.
Oh, okay, back then. But even still, you said, what, 400K?
I was at like 600K at that.
I mean, that's still so many people. I know TikTok's like different, but still, that's so.
It is crazy, because like, in Nashville, I was like big cojones, and then like LA, it's like, I feel like nothing.
Well, that's how most people feel when they come to LA.
The thing about consistency is, like, you don't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. The thing about consistency is that because you're doing it so much, your skills start to improve. Like, my videos got better, the quality got better, my transitions got better, like, I started incorporating more of my personality, which started improving. I got one video to go viral, which like made like a trail of like bigger and better and like better things.
Yeah.
But that's the part about consistency. It's not just like posting the same video every day, 4 times a day. It's like, you continue to hone in your craft. But you said that, and I was like, I was just having this conversation, because like, I forget that I was like literally in that, because now I get 50,000 views on a video, and I'm like, oh, it flopped so hard. And I'm like, bitch, please.
And
then I saw someone else on one of the other creators, and they put this on their like friends only page, and they were like, guys, TikTok, like, if you're going through a dry spell, look up the number of views you're getting and like see it. He said to like Google the number, and you can see like a visual of how many people, because you forget how many people, 50,000 people.
No, that's a stadium. That's more than a stadium, I think.
That is a massive amount of people, and I'm like, only 50,000. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Be grateful.
What do you think for you, like, at what point did you really see your TikTok account take off and kind of change, and you started really, like, getting a lot of views?
This is the best. Honestly, okay, so it kind of started where I was trying to do fashion, and I was trying to do it like all the other girls, like all the blogger girls. That never once worked for me. I never had one video, and thank God, because I would have kept doing them if I got a viral video, and it wasn't working for me. And I was like, but I was like telling my manager, Cole, I was like, he was like, try to do something else. I was like, but Cole, I'm gonna do fashion. And I was like, and I want people, I also want to do personality content. Like, I want people to know me for me. And he was like, well, then do both in the same video. And so I started doing these collabs where I would style girls, but I would be talking.
Going to a date tonight, and we're like to a fancy
restaurant. Something fabulous.
Yeah.
Let's go. Which one do you think?
I think I like more that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one. I put Danny in one of my dresses, and now I can never wear it again. Look at that. You look incredible. And I was like, okay, this is badass. Yeah. Like, I am not only doing fashion, but like people like are hearing me talk, and they like it, and they like me. And like, they don't care about what I look like, because anything, literally, I'm like such an ego killer. I'm like, anything, any hot girl shit I do, people are like, boo.
But that's like, I feel like people like relatable. People want to like watch somebody who they can like also feel like they're hanging out with or would hang out with in a social setting. And
I'm like glad about it. I'm like, because then every time I like test it, and then, you know, I'll do a personality video right after, I'm like, that's right. People don't follow me for what I look like. And that's longevity, bitches.
Right. Yes. No, because it's true. Like, I feel like people hire me to shoot their weddings because of my personality. Yes. Like, they love my work, they like my work, but like a lot of it's like, I just want your energy and your hype on my wedding day. Yeah. Also, I loved what you said about like you failing over and over and over again, because you can't have success without failure. And I feel like the majority of people that I've talked to throughout the show with interviewing people, meeting people, everyone that's like a top exec, a top, you know, where they own a tech company, whether they're a top influencer, they've all crashed and burned multiple fucking times.
Over and over, and it's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing, and guess what? Get the fuck over it.
Yeah, and then you learn to ride that wave, and you're like, all right, I failed, I'm hopping back on the fucking horse, here we go again.
Literally me, I just started my YouTube last week, and I went on my Instagram story. I was like, guys, I feel like a loser. Like 7 people have watched my video. Y'all need to come through for me. I was like super honest. I was like, guys, I have 2 million followers. Where the fuck you at? Yeah.
Also, I want to hear about what it's like living in a content house, because I don't know, you're the first person I met that lives in a content house.
I don't know, every day is different, and there's always new people there and random people, and like, I don't know what's going on 75% of the time. The great part about them, the part that I love, which is why I even moved into this house, is that they're like, brand deals, great. They're gonna get you by for now. But that is not a long-term career. Right. Your like bang deal is only gonna last you so long. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the influencers that I meet on a daily basis who are like just, you know, floating by, just like posting, shaking their ass and with like a bang in their hand or whatever, and like making bank on it. Like, that only lasts you so long. What's your plan after that? Right. My plan.
Yes, here we go. Again, you're just answering all my questions that I had. This is so easy.
I'm literally going off on a tangent, but
I love it.
But the reason I love my management company is because their whole goal is to create legitimate companies, like brands out of us, instead of us just like promoting other people's brands constantly, which we are doing. Like, I work with so many amazing brands like Fashion Nova, Princess Polly, Pretty Little Thing, like all of them. I love them, but I want my own, you know? And then I also just hired an assistant, Janelle, who's amazing. I mean,
what that, girl, you're, like, to have your own production team, to have an assistant, like, at your age is absolutely amazing, and so you're crushing it.
And then I'm, like, kicking myself because I get so, just like, I'm like, but I'm not this yet. I'm like, get up!
Yes,
like, a year ago, you were eating cereal because you couldn't afford food, so shut up.
I think especially being out in LA, because I'm from Texas, so being out here, you know, you're around people that are, especially you're literally in a content creator house. So you're around people all the time, and it's the go, what's next, and I'm I'm wired that way as well. Like, I just released more presets last week or 2 weeks ago, and now I'm like, I gotta, what's next? Like, immediately, and that's fucking exhausting, which is also why we both needed COVID, probably.
Absolutely.
The older that I've gotten, I've realized that I don't want, like, I don't care about the parties anymore, and I don't care about, like, the who's who and the who knows what and be, like, be seen type of thing, because, like, ultimately, when you think longevity, when you think long term, and I feel like you and I can get really deep in our, like, spiritual thoughts, but I'm like, what is actually going to fulfill me as a human and you as a human? And I feel like at the end of the day, it's relationships, it's people, and it's connection, because that's what we're wired to have. I mean, like,
I always tell people that I'm like, who the crap cares if you've got all this money, all this success, all this power, and you're standing here at the top and you're looking around and you've got no one to share it with? That's my greatest fear, probably, which I know won't happen to me, because I have cultivated, like, the relationships that God put in my life, and, you know, all the things. But how, like, heartbreaking that would be. And that's not, who cares then? At that point, who the heck cares?
okay, so, like, long-term goals, since you've talked about this, and, like, that you're obviously, you have very high aspirations, and besides, like, you know, having all the relationships cultivated in your life and what really is going to make you happy, what career-wise do you see on the horizon for you? What do you dream about? I mean, I know, like, let's really quick, I wrote this down. Girl, you best believe. Her secret numbers are, and I tried to write this down, the Gravovoy numbers.
That's close, yeah.
Close enough. The 520748, and if y'all follow her, you see her post about this all the time.
Some people say Gravovoy, some people say Gravovoy, so whatever. It's basically a manifestation number. The number is 5207418, and I posted about it, and I was like, this is how you can manifest unexpected money into your life. And then I had a huge amount of, like, support from it, and, like, every single day I was waking up to, like, so many stories being, like, showing their wrists, and it was like such a sign from God, like, yes, keep down this path, keep talking about it, like, people want to hear about it, people care. And that was, like, what I was worried about. I was like, who cares? Like, people aren't going to care about, you know, what I think and or what I believe in or whatever. And they actually did, and it actually started working for people. Like, I have screenshots. I made a folder. Well, I haven't. I need to make a folder, because
She mentally made a folder.
It's on my to-do list to make a folder. 2 days after I wrote this on my hand or my wrist, I got the biggest brand deal I have. It was quadruple my normal rate for one post.
Damn.
And I was like, what? With a huge brand that I've already promoted for free for years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what?
That's amazing.
And then since then, I'm not kidding, like, I just spent the past 3 hours before this on the phone with my manager trying to sort through emails, because I'm not kidding, it works so well. And for me, I manifest opportunity, because unexpected money is great, but I want, like, the long term.
Right.
Like, I want the opportunity, because I know if I get one brand deal from you, like, I'm going to do it so good that you're going to want to hire me again. Like, over deliver. I think what I've figured out is that I really just want to be known as MADI WEBB. Like, I want to be able, the thing about me as a kid especially is I could never just pick one thing I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to do fashion, I wanted to do music, I wanted to do TV, I wanted to do, like, all the things. And my parents are always like, you have to pick one. And that's, like, kind of like how I fell into social media, because I was like, well, if I have a following, then I can do whatever I want. And that's kind of where I figured out now. Like, I would love to have my own reality show one day.
Yes.
I'd love to release music one day. I'd love to have fashion lines out. I'd love to do something on TV, like hopefully reality or whatever. And I would love to, like, continue to grow, like, all of my accounts, and like, continue to stay a social media personality, and, like, grow that into, like, my adult life. I guess, like, if you had to, like, put that into words, like, I want to make who I am and my personality my brand. Yep. And then if I do that, like, I can do all the things that I've always wanted to do.
Yes, I love it, girl. You will. I mean, we'll watch this back one day, and we'll be like, and I called all the things.
And I'd be like, what the fuck was I wearing in that? Like, why are you?
I'll be like, my spray tan is melting off my leg in this scene.
I'm like, that bitch just grabbed something out of her closet and left. And I was right, because I did.
You look good, though, baby. You look good. I have loved having you on the show tonight. Thank you so much thanks for coming on. I want everyone to follow you. So on Instagram, on TikTok, it's MADI WEBB, right? So that is how you follow her. It is super easy. It's just one streamline, baby. Follow my Instagram account, Ringo. She's looking it up because I'm like, did I change my handle name? And then make sure to subscribe to this channel. Click the notifications tab so you know each week a new episode is live. I'm releasing vlogs, Landed in the Kitchen, where I talk in a British accent.
All of our dreams are gonna come
All of our dreams are gonna come true.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope I don't face plant again tonight.
Yeah, maybe. The night is young though, so.
Brian made pasta, so we got a blast.
We got a blast and a half. We love you guys.
Thank you so much. Bye.